Imagine stealing today's equivalent of $70 million without firing a single bullet. No high-tech gadgets, no digital hacks, just raw planning, guts, and an old train in the English countryside. Today, we're diving into one of the boldest and most legendary heists in history, the Great Train Robbery of 1963. How did a group of ordinary men pull off such an extraordinary crime? And what happened after? Grab your seat and hold on. This story has it all. Strategy, betrayal, and even a touch of karma. It's August 8, 1963. A Royal Mail train is traveling overnight from Glasgow to London, carrying not just mail, but millions in cash. The total? £2.6 million at the time, which is over $70 million today after inflation. The gang behind the heist? 15 men, led by Bruce Reynolds, a charming but calculated mastermind. Most of them weren't hardened criminals. They were former soldiers, petty thieves, even a racing driver. The key to the job? Inside information from a man they only called the Ulsterman, who knew exactly which carriage the money was in, when the train would pass, and how to disable the signals. The location was perfectly chosen, Bridego Bridge in Buckinghamshire, a secluded spot in the English countryside. At 3:03 a.m., the robbers tampered with the track signals, forcing the train to stop. Wearing ski masks and gloves, they stormed the engine, no guns drawn, just brute force and military-like coordination. They detached the money-filled carriage and used a second locomotive to move it down the line. Over the next 30 minutes, they offloaded 120 mail bags stuffed with cash into a waiting truck. No gunshots, no bloodshed. But the operation was fast, clean, and shockingly efficient. The gang escaped to a hideout, Leatherslade Farm, where they laid low and split the money. But they made a fatal mistake. They stayed too long. Police found the hideout days later, complete with fingerprints, leftover food, and burnt money wrappers. Slowly, one by one, the robbers were hunted down. Ronnie Biggs, one of the most infamous members, famously escaped prison and fled to Brazil, becoming a media sensation. He lived in exile for decades before eventually returning to the UK. Bruce Reynolds, the leader, was on the run for 5 years before being caught in Mexico. The Great Train Robbery became the stuff of legend, books, documentaries, films, even pop culture references. But here's the twist. Most of the money was never recovered. And while the heist seemed like a gentleman's crime, the truth is darker. The train driver, Jack Mills, was struck on the head and never fully recovered. Some say he was never the same. In the end, justice was served with harsh sentences. Many robbers got 25 to 30 years, which sent a message to other would-be masterminds. Crime might pay for a while, but the cost is high. So what's the takeaway from the Great Train Robbery? Precision and timing can make anything possible. Greed and ego can undo even the best plans. And in the end, there's always a price to pay. If you love this story of true crime and historical drama, make sure to like this video, comment below. Would you risk it for millions? Subscribe for more real-life stories that are stranger than fiction. Thanks for riding with us. Until next time, stay curious and stay sharp.